Lee,
Yeah,
you must be happy this week after such a performance on Friday night.
yeah, we are happy, absolutely. But we're also feet firmly planted. As I've said since I've come in the door, Callum, we'll try not to get too high after a victory and too low after defeats. That was becoming tougher and tougher up until Friday night. So we're really happy, but very mindful that it's one good win in a while. So we're careful. We're careful exactly where we are. We're still not overly happy with the way we've started the league, but it's certainly been improving the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Now, you mentioned in the press conference last week that last year we won 5-0 against them, yet it could have been 5-0, 6-5, 20-0. I don't know which it was going to be. That was a good team on Friday night as well that played well against you, and the fact that they got their 2 goals in and they were creating chances as well.
Yeah, they did. They got a couple of goals which we weren't happy about. Again, like I said after the game, I'm getting greedy. We've won 5-2 and they're still sort of moaning a little bit about the 2 goals they lose. But I don't think they did have created opportunity or got into dangerous areas, but I don't think Charlie had any big saves to make. We scored 5 and we had 3 other really good chances near the end of the game as well, which could have been more. But listen, everything went for us on Friday. We deserved it. Nothing went for us the Friday before against Partick. We deserved it. So we move on to what is a very tough game on Saturday.
Now, that game on Saturday is against a team who's really flying at this moment. How do you approach that? Is it just the same old, or what are you doing differently?
Nothing changes. We will focus and give them the respect they're due. We've gone through all the video. We've looked at areas that could cause us problems. We've looked at areas that we think we can cause them problems, and you just hope that everything comes to fruition on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. They're a very good side. They've signed some really good players. They've got a manager who's been in the door now for well over a year and really got to grips with his club and his team. And obviously there's an old face in Josh Mullen to come up against as well.
Can I just come over to you, Ahkeem, now? When I first talked to you when you first came into the club, you said you're the man who plays with a smile on his face. Now, we've gone through tough times at the club in the early part of the season. The smile's still there, I see. How much did the game on Friday night mean to you?
Meant a lot. Obviously, getting the win is more important than me scoring goals or anything like that. Obviously, we had a rough start, but I feel like the performance, they were there. Just need to get that final bit, and on Friday everything just clicked for us.
Now, how has this transition into Scottish football gone? I remember you saying that you realised it was going to be a challenge, but how has the transition gone for you?
I think it's a lot different to English football, a lot more physical. Got a bit hit, and the gaffer did warn me about that. So getting grips of it now. Kind of always looking over my shoulder to see if anyone's trying to hit me off the ball or anything like that. But apart from that, I feel like I've settled in well. Scored a few goals now, but definitely getting up to speed.
Well, just to add to that, another goal on Friday night. What was it like scoring at the Scottish National Stadium?
Yeah, it was good. Wish you had a bit more fans. Like I said, Gaffers had been greedy there, but it was good. Like playing in the National Stadium, I know a lot of the Scottish boys meant a lot for them as well. Like playing there, so it was good getting that goal.
As well, a different attacking formation and also different players on the pitch. What was it like? How quickly did you adapt to that style of play and the new faces in the team?
It's a transition period. There's a lot of new signings, including myself. I feel like we've been working hard on the training ground, and you can see at the Partick game it's coming together. And on Friday, like I said, it clicked, and hopefully on Saturday again we'll get another good result.
Just a wee side note here. Earlier in the week you took part in a Q&A session. Just want to know, how was it, and do you think it's a good way for fans to connect with the players?
Yeah, definitely. I think my younger self, and I support Liverpool, so I would always go on YouTube and watch like the Liverpool YouTube channel and stuff like that, and just to see what the players are getting up to. So definitely a good thing, I think, for the fans to connect with the fans.
What was your favourite question?
who I would have in my quiz team.
Who did you choose?
So the 3 players I would have would be Jamie, Chaz and Sean, and the 3 players I wouldn't have would be Jay, Alicia and Franny.
You're actually saying they're worse than Fraser?
I think everyone just picks on Fraser, that's the thing, yeah.
No, that's true.
I just think everyone picks on Fraser. Yeah.
Me included, I suppose, if you do that.
Lee, the fans at Hampden were amazing Friday night. How does the fans getting behind the team help get a better result on the pitch?
Oh, they've got a massive part to play. I mean, it's the old cliche, the 12th man, isn't it? And we've seen it so many times last season, no more so than the final game up at Inverness on that lovely evening up there to score that late goal and get into the playoffs. They've been brilliant, and as you say, I think we owed them one. We owed them one with some of the performances prior to that in the league, and it was just great that we were able to do that at Hampden Park, and such a great following, even on the back of 4 defeats out of 5, so to take such a big following up there. And it's a big stadium, it takes a lot to fill the stadium, but it felt like there was 2 or 3 times as many supporters there with the noise they were making at the end, and it was great for the players to get that acknowledgement from the support at the end.
Now, we know that the youth board are bringing in trying to get an anthem for fans to join in. Will that kind of help create the atmosphere when the players are coming off out of the tunnel at the beginning of the match?
Yeah, brilliant ideas. And if we can latch on to something that helps the club, or lifts the players, or lifts the supporters, then that's a bonus for everybody. So I believe there's 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 different options, and they're going to try them over the next few games and things like that. So let's see exactly. You tell me, how many options are there?
3 options. So there's Hi-Ho Silver Lining, which will be one you know
Hi-Ho
very well.
Ayr United.
Yes. And then you've got Daydream Believer and I Think We're All In Now. So
Brilliant.
3 good songs.
So again, yeah, I think it's great. I think the supporters should have their choice if they want to latch on to it. But I think all 3 would be great options for the club. So let's see how it goes Saturday.
Just before we finish this one, getting back to the Raith game, we know we've got long-term injuries. How's the squad at the moment?
Yeah, other than Ben and Murdy, then everybody's back now. So, sorry, young Dylan Wattrett was due back in training, but tightened up again and he's back the other evening. So maybe be about another week. But Max Guthrie back in training as well, young lad back and getting back involved. Everybody else is fit and available for selection, which is ideal. Aidan McGeedy's still a bit tight in his hamstrings. So basically, Murdy, Aidan, and Ben are the ones that were still wrapping up in cotton wool. Other than that, it's great to have so many players available for selection.
And just another one that's come to my head there, on Sunday we had the Moffs testimonial, and you were able to bring back some of the loan players and play against the Celtic 11 there. How do you feel they did?
No, brilliant. I thought young Lyle did a brilliant job. He's not the biggest of centre backs in there, but I tell you what, he's not scared of anything. Puts his head and his foot in wherever it needs to be. I thought Dario Viviani come on, and well, his club went to extra time and penalties in the Scottish Cup on the Saturday, so he got on in the second half and put himself about. And you can see the benefits of playing against men, playing in competitive games on a Saturday is going to really, really help. Carter Jenkins also played that full game in that extra time, so he was on there just in case there was any sort of injury issues defensively. But all 3 have gone out there getting good experience, training day and training with senior men and senior players that have come down the ranks, and I think it can only benefit the players, and it's a great way of, other than the reserve games, it's a great way of giving them that sort of experience to hopefully make the next step into our first team.
And a great send-off for them off.
Oh, brilliant. It was a good turnout, great atmosphere. Thanks very much to Celtic Football Club for bringing a team down, very, very competitive team, relatively young, but 2 or 3 first team players in there as well, which was great for some of our players to get involved against. And brilliant for his boyhood team he supported and the team that he's become a legend at. So for both teams to be involved and make that the occasion for him and his family was absolutely fantastic.
Perfect score?
Perfect score. No, 1-0 would have been a perfect score.
Moff didn't get his penalty. What happened with the organisation?
See, when you're playing with young players now in testimonials, they've not got that thing where they're supposed to give that last minute penalty away to allow them to score. So I think with Celtic being 1-0 down, I don't think they were going to do that. It's a shame though, when they scored, they should have just let it go up the other end of the park and let him get his penalty, but there you go.